Welcome back to Can I Play? SnowRunner Episode 5. Today we are planning on starting to open things up so we have roads available for bigger deliveries, for the bigger missions. So I'm over in the Tasks tab, and I'm going to take on this mountain bridge. So I need metal planks, which are back in town, and concrete blocks, which are at the warehouse, which I've been to recently to get the bricks, I believe. So I am currently at the farm. So where do I want to go first? Oh, actually, I think I need to do this one in order. So I need to go get the metal planks. Yep. All right. We'll head into town from the farm and go get the metal planks. Should go by the fuel station on the way as well and should be able to fuel up. Pretty foggy evening still. Camera can get a little wonky when you're close to buildings, but otherwise it tends to work pretty well and automatically track pretty well. No complaints. Alright, back down the dirt road, head towards town. This is a fairly smooth road. Beautiful evening. I love how they made it fall, just perfect for the graphics and the colors, to have the leaves all turning orange and yellow, and some of these, I don't know if these aspen or birch, I'm not sure. A bit of a bounce. Still have some traction issues with this truck until I can get some better tires on it or upgrade to another truck. I am an all-wheel drive. I could turn it off when I'm on the road, but I haven't noticed a huge difference in the fuel consumption in all-wheel drive or not. At least for this truck. Maybe other trucks it makes a bigger difference. If you've noticed a big difference, I guess let me know in the comments if you've paid close enough attention, I guess. I haven't paid close enough attention. You could see I was kind of around 3 to 4 liters per minute when I was cruising down the road there, and I don't know that turning all-wheel drive off would have made a huge difference. It's interesting. I feel like night almost lasts longer than day in this game, and maybe it's just because even though it's minor, it is a little more difficult to play at night, so I suppose I happen to notice more frequently that it's nighttime. Ooh, too fast. That's alright. Just a little bit of damage. Fuel up and then go back to the town storage. Alright, full tank. Head into town here, right down Main Street. I kind of wish there was some other traffic. I know that's probably difficult to program, you know, sort of the AI. You build an engine around something specific, right? So this is built around the off-roading, managing the wheel spin, the different terrain. You have to model the terrain for two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, lock differential, different tires. So there's a lot of work that goes into that. So probably modeling AI for traffic was not at the top of their list. It's funny, I always kind of want to like mush together all the games that I play. So I also played Farming Simulator 17 quite a bit. Is this what I need? Metal planks? I better double check. I'm going to be irritated with myself if I get something that's not right. Yep, metal planks. And Farming Simulator has some basic traffic AI, so you have to pay some attention while you're driving down the road. Nothing too major. Let me set a waypoint for where I'm going. So what's the path I want to take? I think I can cross over here, but I think that's a bridge I have to build if I recall. So this is probably either not passable at all or not passable with my current truck. So I probably need to head back the way I came past the farm. And then head up here. Is there a way I can... What's the fallen power line? That'd be nice if... That's closer. I wonder if that takes... Let's look at the fallen power lines. Metal planks. I'm actually going to do the fallen power lines first. It's closer. Got lucky there that I took something I can still use regardless. Like I said, it's just nice to clear the highways so that when you have to go deliver something that's 4 spots on a trailer or something like that, or you want to combine a trailer and a flatbed and complete a larger task, you have nice roads to drive on that are a little bit... They're not all pavement. The idea isn't to get back to 100% pavement or anything like that, because they're not. But clear off the roads a little bit. Ugh, pay attention. It's really fun kind of watching the truck and seeing the suspension articulate and that type of thing as you go over bumps and rocks. It is lightening up a little bit now, probably morning. All right, take a left here and go over the bridge, and then I think the split that we take to go to the farm, we want to take the other fork in the road this time. Just head over the bridge here. And yeah, should be right to our left. Get the camera wig out there again a little bit. Whoa! Oh boy. I did not see that boulder. Whoever strapped this load down deserves a raise, that's for sure. Alright, here we come up on the fallen power lines. It's like an entire high tension power line tower that fell, not just the lines. All right. So we need to show the task and accept it before we can drop stuff off. Now we get the cargo management option. All right, and then what do we need next? Concrete blocks. So I think that's back at the warehouse, which means we're going to have to go fallen power line, concrete blocks. Yep, back at the warehouse. So the easy way to get there is... we go through all this way? Oh, there's the mountain bridge that I was going to work on, so that's not open yet. So I'd have to... So this is the garage over here, and this is that path I've referenced before that I think I took the con on this shortcut, and it's kind of a little bit of a mountain goat path, but let's try it. The truck's empty, although I can't get around the fallen power line, so I can't go that way. All right, we'll go back past the farm, go the main direction. Well, that was terrible. I thought I had a little bit more room to turn around here. This is embarrassing. Let's turn around up here. There we go. go. Wonder if I could skirt around this actually without getting stuck. Let's try it. Ooh. Sneak in between this tree and the power line tower. If I can get through here. Come on. I think I might be in the clear. Yay. This will be a little bit of a shortcut. And then we should be able to come back this way. And there should be a drop zone on either side of these kind of fallen objects. The fallen bridge, fallen rocks. There's usually a drop zone on both sides. You can come at it from either side. This is definitely a easy path to be able to maintain some speed. Even off the concrete here, this is not the mud and muck, although, well, I thought maybe that was turning into mud, but it's turning back into concrete. I might need to check where I'm at. See if I need to veer right here. Is that correct? Yeah, because I can't go this way and go past the mountain bridge. So I'll cut through here. Yeah, cut through here, back by the garage, and head up that way. Should be fairly straightforward. I don't think I've been on this path yet, so I'm not sure what kind of terrain I'll be dealing with. It's getting a little muddy. I cannot wait to get the tire upgrades. Some of the trucks you find come with tires that are beyond what you can purchase. So finding new trucks is certainly part of the... Ooh, is this the way I want to keep going? Yep. So I'm going to go down here and then take a left. Come on. Just crawl right over those boulders. Dragging one along with me. There's the garage straight ahead of us. I do have to watch out. I know from coming down this way before that at the bottom of the hill there where there's that little dip that I'm kind of avoiding, it's muddy. And it's pretty easy to get stuck. I've even gotten scout trucks stuck in that mud. Plenty of fuel. Just head up to the warehouse. Come on. I'd like to avoid having to use the locking differential just because it's so slow to be in that low gear. Come on. There we go. Look at that wheel spin. You can see the rear wheels kind of spinning there. It's really wild how they've been able to capture how hard it is to drive in mud like this. I know I'm not the best driver, but that's not me back there kind of going back and forth. That's the, you know, the back end gets a little bouncy and then it bounces to the right, which means your front's pointing left and you got to correct and then you hit another bump. And like I said, this is not supposed to be a fast-paced game. It's supposed to be some strategy and picking your routes, planning your paths. One thing I'll have to keep an eye out for, may have mentioned in one of the earlier videos, that you don't always have to go all the way to the location that has the supplies that you need. There are trailers around that have supplies on them already, and sometimes they're very close to the site that you need them for. Well, actually, I guess we used them earlier in the episode with the farm. We went back to the garage and picked up a trailer that had metal planks on it instead of going into town, and that saved us a little bit of time. And you get points for discovering the trailer and everything as well. Just head around this roundabout. Oh, that song. Whoever put that sign in, usually you can kind of blow right over those. Not that I intended to hit it, but kind of surprised it stopped me for a second. I always want to skirt around to the left here instead of driving through this little bit of the pond, but it's actually worse. I've gotten high-centered there if I try to cut the corner too much. Look at that wheel lift. Awesome. Whoa! Out of control. Completely lost control there. I may have run those trees over in a previous episode. It's nice that everything respawns in between sessions, or at some rate, at least for sure when you quit the game and come back later. Signs and trees and stuff that you've taken out will respawn. So if you have a certain favorite tree to winch off of and you tear it out, it'll grow back. Come on. No, don't get stuck. Really don't want to have to winch off of something if I don't have to. Just going right down the road. There we go. It downshifts to first automatically. There we go. We're clear. I saw a really good comment on Reddit that I agree with. I don't know if it's feasible, but somebody commented that it would be cool if the weather dynamics actually played into the game, meaning that it rains fairly frequently still, and the whole plot point is that there's been flooding here recently because of so much rain. That's why all the roads are washed out and power lines are down. There was a big storm. It'd be cool if the roads actually, if the weather cycle was a little bit more sporadic and the roads could actually dry up a little bit at certain times of playing, and then if it rains, you know, it would get worse again. But again, I'm not picking on the game. It's really well done the way it is. See, there's a trailer right there, and there's nothing on this one, but if we had a mission in the future and a bigger truck, I don't know that I would try to do it with this one. That trailer's almost as big as this truck. But if I had a bigger truck and I had a mission where I needed to pick up bricks and concrete or something that the warehouse has, you could take the trailer too. All right, concrete blocks times 2, so I need 2 of these. There's concrete slabs as well, and I'm not sure if they're at the warehouse or somewhere else, but there's concrete slabs which take up the entire 2 slots. They're twice as long as these. So you got to make sure you're grabbing the right things. I might need to jump into the map and set some nav points here to make sure. I think probably the best way from here is just to go back to the garage. But I want to look, because if I can avoid... I can't go down here anywhere. That's a complete swamp, so I don't really want to go that way. I could come through here. Yeah, I could come through right here, actually. Let me do that. I think I can make it through here. Kind of through this mountain pass. Oh, is this the right one? Roadblock. That's not where I'm going. I'm going to the downed power lines. That is somewhere else. Yeah, that's over here. Alright, scrap that. We're not going that way. Yeah, because I can't cross over the bridge here. I can drive around like the power lines and things like that, but I can't cross here. So I'd have to try to take this path where the con is up by that tower if I wanted to do a shortcut. Boy, I don't know if that's worth it. It might be. Let's try it. Let's try it. What the heck? Alright, we're going to come up here. And then we can come from there down to here. Fallen power line. We'll give it a whirl. Again, part of this game, the way I came would arguably be the easier way. So, you know, trying to take a shortcut here, and it may not work out for us. I guess we'll find out. This barely looks like a path. Am I going the right way? No. Turned too early. This is the problem with the waypoint markers, that they just kind of say, go left. Well, not the left turn yet. I wish, again, it's just not the way the engine was built, but if you've played Red Dead Redemption 2, when you pick a destination, it actually gives you waypoints that follow. It auto-follows the roads and the paths, which is pretty cool, and reroutes you if you go off and then, you know, you want to ride around a town instead of through it, then it picks back up and reroutes you. That would be cool if this game did that, but it doesn't. That is another game that I might do a playthrough on this channel if people are interested. A lot of hours that go into that game, for sure. Especially if you have any completionist bone in you and you want to do all of the challenges, which I never completed in my first playthrough. I completed the main story and everything, and did not 100% the game. Although it's one of my favorite games in the last decade, even, really. See, I kind of lost my momentum there, and then I got hung up on that rock. Let's see if I can get a better angle and not get stuck. The other game I'd like to do another playthrough is Fallout 4. I know it's not the most popular of the Fallout games for a lot of people, but I really like that game. It might be the game, even more than Red Dead 2, that might be the game I have the most hours sunk into overall. I think I've played through 3 times on different modes, just recently on a survival mode, which I really enjoy. And I just played through to be able to pick different factions to get different endings, because the story is so different if you do Brotherhood of Steel versus Railroad versus Institute type of thing. So anyway, we're not playing Fallout. Oh boy. Did I really just do this? Did I really just come down the road that I said I wasn't going to? Because of the bridge. The bridge is out and I can't cross. I think I intended to cut up here and go past the con and go to the other side. Oh boy. Well, so that's the problem, like I mentioned. You can cut around like a fallen power line, but you cannot cross where there's no bridge. Alright, so I'm going to have to reroute myself. Let's figure this out. If you were watching this and you saw this coming, why didn't you say something? You should have said something. I'm dragging my nav point. I don't know if I've mentioned this in a previous video, but if you need to move a nav point for whatever reason, you can click on it with the right trigger, which is how you set a nav point. You can click on it and then hold it down and then drag it to a new spot. Don't roll the stupid truck just because you're trying to make a quick U-turn. These are the stupid mistakes that in a less fuel efficient truck really cost you. You end up halfway to where you need to be and you're out of fuel and you've got a full load, and if you recover, you lose your cargo. So if you recover to the garage, you lose your cargo. So certainly the better option in that case would be to bring a vehicle with fuel on it and refuel yourself so you're, if you're already halfway there or whatever. I think we'll still make it, but that was a dumb mistake. I wonder if I should name my truck. My dad always named his farm vehicles. Female names, of course. Oh, this is steep. I may regret this. Well, I should have known. I mean, this is where I almost rolled the con, so I knew this was mountainous up here. And I probably parked it right in the middle of the road here. So it's probably going to be... Yep. Come on. Can I go around it, or am I going to have to get out and move it? Yeah, I'm going to move it. Alright, set the parking brake. This thing is such a beast. Just park it anywhere. Just park it anywhere. Alright, back to the Fleet Star. Break off. Continue on. That is something to be careful of in the future, more so with trailers. Leaving trailers in dumb spots can be very frustrating. So you want to make sure you kind of park them. And you can't recover trailers to the store, or to the garage. They stay where you leave them. I'm going to go into low gear. Not for traction, just because I don't want to be sort of freewheeling down this mountain. As steep as it was on the way up, I don't want to just be out of control. And this is much better than kind of trying to brake as far as maintaining control of the vehicle. As soon as we sort of get around this next bend and flatten out a little bit, I can go back to a higher speed, but speed can get you into a precarious situation. So I should be able to take a left here. I think I've just sort of circumnavigated the bridge that was out that I drove up to because I wasn't paying attention. Need a navigator. I need to just set better waypoints in the map, honestly. I get impatient and I just say, click here, that's where we'll go. Be driving by the fuel station, actually, so I will fuel up while I'm there. We would have made it anyway, but as long as we're driving by. In my first kind of initial playthrough, where I was just learning the game before I decided to record this series, I would just drive trucks kind of until they were empty, not really even pay attention, then just recover them to the garage. Feels a little bit like cheating. I mean, you can do whatever you want. There's no right way to play, but for me, I'd rather manage the fuel, not just recover vehicles back to the garage all the time. Alright, so back out here, down this road, and there's the fallen power line. So we're close now. Hopefully there's nothing in this area. You can see where these fork, that you've got a bit of a mud hole there, but we should be relatively okay. New objective. Missing oil tanker. Missing oil tank. I do find the actual road signs to be helpful. Alright, I think I want to take the hard right. The center one maybe goes down to the farm. Oh, too much speed, all downhill. It's alright. Just one damage. Okay, am I turning here? Is that the deal? Nope. Straight ahead. Terrible driving. Oh my word. If I would have rolled that right there. Oh boy. Am I wrong? There is not. Okay, lesson learned. I'm going to skirt around here again. I should be able to pull this off, but there's not a drop zone on this site to unload cargo. So keep your fingers crossed that I don't get stuck or roll the truck trying to sneak through here like I came around the first time. I think I should be good, but... Come on, Fleet Star. You can do it. Yay! We made it! Unload. And there we go. The road's open. You're welcome, Michigan. We're here for you. And 200 more points and 1550 in bucks. So I have about $10,000 right now, not to mention, in theory, some extra trucks, because I've got two scout vehicles. I've got the Con and the Chevy, and then I've got this vehicle and the GMC. And this vehicle's better than the GMC, just from the transmission perspective. They both have highway tires, but this is a bigger truck, and it has a locking differential. So I think I'm going to call this one here, kind of a short episode, but we have a mostly full tank of gas, and I think the plan is to continue exploring and clearing out the roads so that when we go to do the actual contracts for the companies, we can drive where we need to drive. I think that's a good way to do it. All right, I'll see you next time.